Hello everybody, my name is Jane and I'm so happy to welcome you on our YouTube channel again. So today I would like to discuss the place that attracts people by its gorgeous landscapes, beautiful temples and delicious food. Moreover, the location is better than it could be because there are some amazing nearby countries such as Thailand, Laos and Cambodia. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking about Vietnam. In this video, we will talk about why Vietnam is such a popular and attractive destination, especially for ESL teachers. Also, we will discuss the requirements to fit the bill, an average salary and other benefits, and different types of institutions where you can find a job. If you are interested, keep watching. But before we start, I would like to remind you that I'm recording this video for TEFL certification.com. Before landing a well-paid job, you have to go through an applying process and impress your potential employer with your brilliant CV and resume. However, despite the fact that Vietnam is a friendly and welcoming country, there are some difficulties in terms of a work permit and visa regulations. So the immigration law was updated in 2020 and it got harder to get a work visa, especially for non-native English speakers. The good news is that it's still possible, however, the requirements for people from English-speaking countries and non-native English speakers are completely different. So that native English speakers are required to have a bachelor's degree in any subject, TEFL certification, clean criminal background check, and teaching experience. As for non-native English speakers, they must have a degree in education or in English, proficiency level of the language proved by any certification, also TEFL certification, clean criminal background check, and previous teaching experience. If you wonder whether it's possible to teach English in Vietnam without a degree, there is something to think of. So having no degree isn't the end of the world, however, there is much work to prove that you're a really decent candidate. So turn on your imagination and think of any work experience that you may relate to teaching English and think of how you can document it. Your 5 years of relevant background may replace a degree. Another way to teach and travel is volunteering. Also, there are many programs you may enroll in to try teaching without a commitment to a long-term contract. The requirements to teach children in summer camps and small villages are pretty low, as well as the payment. Yeah, definitely you won't make a dough, however, you will have a place to sleep, food to eat, and amazing opportunity to get a new teaching experience. Truth be told, previous teaching experience isn't an essential part in terms of requirements, so you should understand that your accomplishments and professional achievements as well as your personal traits may cover the lack of experience. As Vietnam is a sought-after place for ESL teachers, you should keep in mind that you have to compete with other candidates in order to prove that you are special. Also, TEFL certificate may help a lot because you will get information about learning approaches, making lesson plans, and potential students' problems. So the last step is practice. Even 120-hour course will make employers impressed by your determination to become a high-qualified ESL tutor. Money is one of the significant factors influences a making decision in terms of where to live. And also, all factors that we have already discussed impact a wage ESL teachers earn in Vietnam. Needless to say that your income depends on the type of institution where you work, and such factors as teaching experience, TEFL certification, and even citizenship make a huge difference to your salary as well. So, ESL teachers in Vietnam make about $1,500 and $2,000 a month. But if you are lucky and found a generous employer, you may expect to get such lucrative benefits as flight reimbursement, free rent apartment, a contract completion allowance, and visa expenses. In comparison with other countries, Vietnam allows you to stay on a 3-month tourist visa while you're looking for a job. So as soon as you have made a decision where to work, a potential employer starts checking all essential things like university degree, criminal background check, and certification. So there are some necessary documents to get a work visa in Vietnam. Passport photos, certified copy of passport, also full health check, clean criminal record, TEFL TESOL certification, certified bachelor's degree, and certification that proves the knowledge of the language. It's not so terrifying as it seems to be at the first glance, and usually it takes a week to get it done. Also, there is a fat chance to get a rejected visa, especially for degree holders. Probably you've heard some stories about people who work in Asia illegally, and the end of the most of such stories is deportation. So if you don't want to be banned from living in this country, be careful with employers who are ready to work under the table. We don't recommend this way of working. If you wonder where to work in Vietnam and how much money you can make there are the most popular and available positions for ESL teachers in Vietnam. Almost all institutions hire staff all year round, and there is a good news because you don't have to wait for appropriate time to apply for it. Having education, teaching experience, and international certification, you may consider work at a public school in Vietnam. You will work from August till June, 5 days a week from 9 to 5. And fortunately, there are some benefits that may attract thoughtful people, such as paid sick leave, retirement, paid holidays, and satisfied amount of working hours. An average salary is something between $1,600 and $2,000 a month, whereas the size of a class is about 50 students. Language schools are always in need of native English speakers to teach adolescents and adults. Also, this job provides so many benefits such as convenient schedule, lesson resources and materials, and even trainings. When it comes to money, language schools offer something between $1,200 and $1,600 a month. Parents in Vietnam pay very well to make their children study in international schools, so the requirements to get there are pretty high too. And sometimes even TEFL TESOL certification isn't enough to prove your competence to teach English, so be ready to boast about all your professional accomplishments. It's likely you will be in charge of making lesson plans, creating curriculums, and searching materials for your class. Fortunately, an average salary is something between $2,000 and $2,400 a month. Usually it takes a master's degree to teach English at university in Vietnam. Also, you must be qualified and experienced enough, and sometimes TEFL TESOL certification is a minimum that can help you to impress your potential employer. An average salary at university is something between $1,700 and $2,000 a month with paid holidays, prepared materials, and curriculum. If you are used to working remotely, it's not necessary to work in such institutions that we've just discussed. There are many online schools around the world where you can get international experience having private lessons. Having your own price and schedule, you may discover Vietnam and travel around as a real tourist. Unfortunately, it's highly unlikely to get such benefits as paid housing and flight tickets from an online employer. The good news is many online schools around the world offer really flexible conditions not only to experienced professionals but also to new brand teachers. So as soon as you have chosen where to work, now you should start doing something, because applying process is exhausting enough as well as searching for a job, but now you know what to expect from a potential employer and how to fit the bill. But if you're unsure how to find a trustworthy company, we have sorted the most reliable for you, so check the link in the description of the video to get some websites where you can find a well-paid job. The low cost of living in Vietnam allows you not only to put money by, but also to indulge yourself. And as one of the most popular destinations for ESL teachers, it has a lot to offer. Depending on your preferences such as salary, type of institutions, and experience, there are different ways where to work. And TEFL TESOL certification is an essential part for those who are after well-paid positions and interesting offers. TEFL TESOL course will provide you with valuable knowledge about how to work with people of different ages, how to make lesson plans, and how to teach English with the most modern techniques. In a couple of months, you will be able to teach business English, general one, and even exam preparation without hesitation. Also, at the end of the course, you will be issued by an accredited certification, which is recognized and respected by all employers around the world. So it won't be a problem to get a job abroad. And now you have a wonderful chance to purchase an online TEFL TESOL course with a nice discount. Go to our homepage, TEFLTESOLcertification.com, to get it. So now you know how to start your teaching career in Vietnam. And I hope you found this video inspiring, but if you have some relevant questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment sections below. We will be glad to answer. And also, don't forget to subscribe. And thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I'll see you the next time. Have a good day.